notably Maryland and Wisconsin, who themselves are playing each other this weekend. Let's talk about the game first before the title chance.
Well, first, I think we're seeing two different teams right now, but Maryland's kind of taken on the role of what we expected Wisconsin to be, which is just business as usual. It doesn't seem as if anything bothers these guys. And I look at two guys. I look at Melo Trimble and I look at Mark Turgeon, two guys who really seem to have a great pulse for their team, but also understand what it takes to get the most out of them. Melo Trimble's kind of a calming force right there. He's mellow, stay mellow. I think that's his Twitter handle, which is so fitting. But he's the calming force. Then you have Mark Turgeon, who understands how to get the most out of these young guys, and they have been fantastic. You play 3 freshmen in the starting lineup, and it seems as if they're the experienced team who comes in and just executes, doesn't really worry about what the other team's going to do, doesn't really get too consumed by the environment. They come out and play their game. And it's what you expected to see from Maryland last year. With all the experience, with all the firepower, they didn't have the chemistry. I think what Wisconsin's got to rely on is the fact that they do have great chemistry. That, as I said earlier, you got to look to the guy next to you and say, I trust him. And you got to look at your system and your coach and say, I trust the system. I trust my coach. And stop thinking about missing shots. You know, so much has been made about Ethan Happ and his foul shooting. Oh, he can't make foul shots, so let's hack a Happ and all this stuff. It's so mental. The guy can make foul shots. He just needs to get it out of his head. These guys can shoot the basketball. Zach Showalter can shoot the basketball. Nigel Hayes can shoot the basketball. You got to get it out of your head. Just take the shots with confidence.
So the only meeting this year in the regular season between Wisconsin and Maryland. Again, maybe they'll meet up again in D.C. But let's look at the Badgers' remaining schedule here as they also try to close out the regular season as champions.
It all depends on who you are, how you define yourself, what type of identity you have. If you're the Wisconsin that started off Big Ten play saying, we are the guys, you're chasing us, then you're good. But I don't think that's the case right now. I think right now, Wisconsin's trying to figure out who they are. Hey, can we really win games if we're not scoring? Because Maryland right now is the team that acts as if, and this is what's crazy to me, and I got to give all the credit in the world to Mark Turgeon and this young group, is they believe as if they're the team that everyone's chasing. They have their foot on the gas, but they're in cruise control. And it doesn't mean they're not trying, doesn't mean they're not putting forth crazy effort, but they're just comfortable. They're confident with what they do. They're confident with who they are. So I think Maryland's the team all of a sudden outside of Purdue that people appear to be chasing, while as right now Wisconsin's got some stuff to figure out. Doesn't mean they're not possibly the best team in the conference, but they've got a lot to figure out.